This is good?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, third grade again?
Third grade again.
Okay, excellent. All right, let's get a little bit closer. That's good. Right. Good. I'll be the one staring into the sun. So. Okay, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Do you know why you're here?
Tree.
Yes, to plant this tree. How many? Show of hands. How many people have planted a tree before? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Great. Well, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to finish planting this tree. So what we did is we came in here, prepared the hole a little bit, put the tree in there, and you guys get to do the fun part. You guys get to put the rest of the soil into the hole and finish planting it. So what we're going to do today is I want to engage with you. I want to talk with you about the benefits of the trees, like what things the trees provide us. And then after that, we're going to talk about the structure of a tree. And in the last 15 minutes, we're going to go ahead and finish planting it, right? Does everybody want to finish planting this?
Yeah!
All right. Okay, so the first thing do you know, have any idea on what things a tree provides? All right, so I want about 4 things when I ask you to answer, you're going to give me one example, okay? And you've had your hand up for a while. You in the green. What's one thing that a tree provides us? Oxygen, yes. And do you know how a tree provides us with how it provides us oxygen? This is a hard one.
We talked about that. That word technically we learned in 5th grade, so we previewed it today with our 3rd graders.
All right.
So we all said photosynthesis.
Great. So photosynthesis is a process of converting the bad thing that's in the air, right? Which is carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
So when you inhale, that's what? Oxygen, and you exhale carbon dioxide. 3 more benefits. Do you know one? It provides, yes, it provides food. What type of food does it provide? Excellent. If everyone has an example, just shout it out. Apple. All right. Walnut. Okay.
We're just looking at a book about trees before we came
Great.
out.
Okay, so we got great examples, everybody. Nice. So we got food and we got oxygen. 2 more benefits. Go ahead. Trees make life possible, yes, and that's through the oxygen, but trees also make life possible because it makes us happier. They make us happier. They actually produce a chemical that makes you feel good. Trees communicate with each other through their roots. All of the trees' benefits make life possible. So that is the big umbrella picture of the benefits of trees. Excellent answer. One more. Go ahead. Trees make water clean, yes. So when it rains, the rain hits this ground, the water goes through the soil, and it hits this root system. The root system takes the trees up, and it takes those nutrients up and down the tree, and it slows down the water before it enters the storm drain that's over there to your right and goes into our downstream watershed. So it cleans the water. Excellent. Okay, so other things that trees provide us is when it's in the middle of the summer, where do you want to stand? In the middle of a field with the sun, or do you want to stand underneath the tree? Why is that?
Because when you're under a tree, it provides you shade so that you don't get sick.
Well done. Yes. Yes, trees provide shade. Shade's important because it cools us. It also cools the ground. It cools our sidewalks. It cools our buildings. We want to reduce that heat. So we got, and one more thing that trees provide is it also provides us with paper and lumber and wood. So there's actually companies that actually grow trees for a very specific purpose, which is they remove the trees and they take them to the mill. They make lumber and they also make paper. But those companies are also responsible for when they remove a tree, they go ahead and they replant to make sure that they're go ahead and reforesting the things that they take down, so we're not losing those trees that they cut down. Make sense? All right, structure of the tree. We're ready to move forward for the structure?
Yeah!
All right, there's 4 main components of a tree. You can see all 4 of these components right now, top or from bottom to top. So show of hands, who can name one component of a tree? How about over here? Anybody? I see you. Go ahead. Root, do you want to show me where the roots are? At the bottom. So is this what you mean? Here?
No,
Down here? Okay, so you are correct, but believe it or not, this whole mound, this whole ball right here are the roots. This is called the root ball. there are roots inside of here, and the reason why there's soil is here because the soil is there and it's holding those roots together. And if I removed all this soil from this thing, you'd see all the roots. But this is important. We wanted to make sure that it's the entire root ball. We're not going to damage anything. So these are the roots. Why are roots important?
Oh, you got a hand?
Yep. Go ahead. They do. So the tree absorbs the nutrients from the soil and water, and it absorbs them, and it takes it, and then the trunk takes it, and then it transfers it up and down the tree. So you're absolutely right. It's water and nutrients that are located in the ground are absorbed by the roots. What about something? One more reason why roots are important is if you guys can take a step back and raise your hands like this to your side. And without bending your knees, move around in all different directions. Sway back and forth. Okay, now stop. Lift up one leg. And now try to do it. Same thing. Okay, stop. Stop. Hands down. Both feet down. Come back closer. Now, was that hard to do when you lifted up one leg?
Yeah. No.
All right.
Was it easier when you had both legs down?
Yes. Both of them.
All right, so think of the roots as your feet. You've got 2 feet and 10 toes. When you lifted 1 foot up, it was harder to do, yes? Correct?
Yeah.
All right, so roots are important because it's the tree's feet, it's the tree's toes. It's important for stability. So when the wind blows and this tree is moving in all these different directions, it's going to make sure that it stays upright, so it's not going to fall over. All right, what's another component that I'm touching right now? The trunk, right, also called the stem. This is important because it helps take the water and the nutrients from the root up and down the tree. So it takes water and nutrients up to the branches and the leaves, and then the food that's created by the leaves goes down the tree. So that's important for the trunk. Also, the trunk is important for stability. It takes the wind and it transfers all that energy into the roots. What's this called?
The crown. Branch. The crown. Branch.
This whole, okay, I hear, very good answer. This whole thing is called the crown. All the branches together makes up the crown. So these are the branches. The sum of the parts of the branches is called the crown. So this whole thing is the crown of the tree. So very good, whoever said that. Why are branches important? Do you remember that experiment that we just did with your arms? And if you did that, what do you think the arms are? The branches are your arms, right?
Yeah.
So if you did that and you started moving around, you're probably going to fall over. So the branches are important for 2 reasons. One, it captures the wind and it moves the tree in different directions, which is important. We want a tree to sway around and move all around. We don't want it just to go in 2 directions, because if it went in 2 directions, it'd probably fall over. So the branches capture that wind and it transfers it or puts it into the trunk and into the roots. And then also the branches are important because it takes that food and those water and nutrients that were created by the leaves. Remember we talked about that earlier?
Yeah.
And then down into the trunk and into the roots. And the last one I spoiled it, and I think you already know. You might see a couple of them, they're brown right now. Last component, main component. They're usually green.
Leaves.
Thank you, leaves. Yes, we already talked about the importance of leaves. So that's your team's shovel.
Okay.
Zoe, that's your team's shovel. This is your team's shovel. And who's first? Whoever's first, stand here.
Stand here.
Right where I am. Here's your shovel. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate what I'd like you to do. Excuse me. Shovel. Use the top of the pile because it's lighter and it's easier. If you like to use your foot, you can. You give it a little push. Bend your knees. Lift with your knees and place the soil into the hole. Try not to get any soil on top. Try to get most of the soil between the root ball and the edge of the grass. And when I say pause, please pause. Stop with what you're doing because I need to get into the hole and push the whole soil down with my foot to stabilize it. And then when I say start again, you can go ahead and start again. Okay? Please do not reach into the hole with your feet or your hands. Okay? And have a good time. And what you're going to do is you're going to do 3 shovels or 3 scoops each, and then you're going to pass the shovel to the person behind you. If you have a shovel, please be aware of the people behind you, and if you don't have a shovel, please give the people in front of you with the shovel space. Yes? Sound good? All right, let's go. All right, 1, 2, 3. This is not a race, but go ahead and. Yep. Go ahead. Not all at the same time. Oh, give her. I'm sorry. Yep. There you go. And you're. Yep. Hold on 1 second.
Give him a second. Thanks, Simon. Okay. Now you can go ahead and see where the hole is. You want to put it in the hole. There you go. Perfect. 3 scoops. There's 1.
3 shovels each.
3 shovels. You got this. 2. Or is that 3? Okay. Okay. Just me. Grab the shovel.
Yeah.
You got this? Very nice, Simon. There you go. That's 1. You can push it again like that, Josephine. Good job. 2. Another good push. Perfect. 3, Josephine. That's it. There you go. Get it back behind. There's more time.
Good.
And perfect. You want to use some at this end, and you can push it in too through the hole. If you want to do it that way. Yep. Go.
Yep. Push it. Good job. Nice. Yes, hold on 1 second. I'm going to help. May I help? Thank you.
If you're not shoveling, I'll get it to the next one. Oh, perfect.
I'm just giving you guys a nice little start here.
There's going to be spiders. We are in there. Just trying to figure out why people are messing with its habitat. There you go. Got it? And after this, we can go 1 shovel and we're back to the beginning again. Nice. Good job.
After your 3rd shovel, may I borrow your shovel? Thank you.
Nice. There you go.
Zoe. Huh? Go up.
Got it? Way to use your foot there. Very nice. Careful. Careful. Perfect.
No.
Okay.
Because it was too far, you just
Okay, everybody. Whoever wants to help with the mulch. Now, before you raise your hand, I do want to say you're going to use your bare hands, okay? So you can get dirty.
This is where I told you that we wash your hands.
Okay. So whoever wants to help, please step closer so your toes are just touching just the tips of the mulch on the way down. So we're going to make sure, especially these 3 over here, say the mulch was like this. Basically what you want to do is reach in and pull it towards you and just kind of shake it as you pull. Take it all the way out to the tips of your toes and spread it all the way out. And make sure none of the mulch is touching the trunk of the tree. We don't want the mulch to touch the trunk of the tree. Okay, and then when you're doing that, I'll go over why mulch is important, okay? You ready? All right, go ahead. So just use it's gonna stink. All right, now mulch is important because mulch helps keep the water into the soil. It also controls weeds, and also when mulch breaks down, well, it breaks down over time, it produces nutrients that the tree's roots can absorb, okay? Do you know why mulch stinks? So mulch stinks because it is breaking down, it's decomposing, and there's actually bacteria, natural bacteria that's in it, and through that decomposition process, that's what's causing the heat, and that's what causes it to stink. Okay? So let's make sure it's not touching the trunk. Pull it out towards you. So it's touching your
Okay, that's very disgusting.
It is disgusting.
Oh my god, it's
Okay? Alright, now before you stand up, let's clap. Tap it. Clap your hands up. Stand up. Alright. Alright, now one more thing. Let's touch the tree. Lean in and touch it. Okay, class, this is your tree. This is a tree that your class planted, so you are responsible for keeping an eye on this tree as long as you're at Parklawn. Make sure it's healthy, make sure it looks good in the spring. Okay? Alright, now let's back up. Back up. Alright, now give yourselves a hand, so thank you very much.